This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Darlene Collins with me. You are the Beth Donovan Hospice Outreach Coordinator. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
You are one of our regulars here because there's so much going on at the Beth Donovan Hospice. I don't even have to make notes anymore because
I did read my notebook this
now.
time. I do, exactly. So much is happening. And we're happy to come often because I think people really need to hear what it is that we offer.
And you know, you've got regular support groups going on, plus you've got new ones that come on. It's really nice to hear about how you support the community, how the community supports you, and about your day program too. That's always nice to hear stories about that too. So
yeah. It's kind of a highlight of the week for sure.
For sure. So what have you got going on?
What do we have going on? So our Grief and Grub for Guys program has been a really big success. So fortunate with a grant, we've been able to continue it. And it is a support group for gentlemen who are grieving. We discovered that men don't much like to talk about how they're feeling, but if we give them a plate of nachos and some wings, they're much more open and welcome to it. So the next session is taking place at Darby's Roadhouse in Richmond, Ontario.
Okay. It's different places each time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So our catchment is gigantic,
yes,
and we're trying to make sure that we're bringing some of these groups closer to where our clients actually live. So that will take place starting Wednesday, February 18th. And it's from 2 to 3:30 p.m. and people can just go to our website to register, and there's no cost. So we supply the snacks, we supply the non-alcoholic beverages. It's a pub, it's comfortable. You can come one time or come all 6 times, and you can just sit and eat nachos and listen, or if you feel comfortable, you're able to share at that time.
So will you change locations each time, or will the next 6 sessions be?
The next 6 sessions will be at Danby's Roadhouse, and then after that, it would be in a different place. So, and really that's just to make it a little bit more convenient and make sure that we're reaching everybody in the community who may benefit from it.
Right, it's like you say, you've got a big catchment area.
We do, for sure. And then we have our monthly caregiver coffee at the hospice. It takes place on the last Tuesday of every month from 1 to 3. And then we have a caregiver cafe, which takes place on the second Tuesday of every month in different areas in the community.
Okay.
And that takes place at different restaurants and sometimes a community center. So we're offering both a daytime session and an evening session in hopes to kind of capture the caregiver sandwich generation that are caring for littles as well as caring for maybe aging parents or siblings. And then, very exciting, and we do a couple of these a year, and it really is a wonderful gift. It's an opportunity for people who maybe are not prepared to talk about their grief or talk about their frustrations in caregiving, because no talking is required at all.
Oh, okay.
So we have a yoga and sound bath retreat, and there is no cost to attend, and it runs from 1 to 3:30 on Saturday, February 28th in Burt's Rapids. So it is complimentary to anybody who is experiencing grief or who is an active caregiver. And it's really a couple hours to really just get away and remember to breathe and focus on oneself. And if you're not prepared to share, it's another way. Grief sometimes stores itself in your body, and
absolutely.
It's a way to kind of work through some of that.
Now that's in Burt's Rapids? Is it
that
somebody's
is in Burt's
house,
Rapids.
or is it
it's at the Burt's Rapids Community Center.
It's at the community center.
Yeah, it's it has beautiful natural light and beautiful wooden floors. We've held it a few times there. And it's a really nice event.
Nice. Very nice, very nice. Oh, you're so busy there. You're so busy there. I was looking at your Facebook page the other day too, and I see Winnie the hospice pup.
Yes, Winnie. Winnie is kind of the star of the show at hospice. He is our executive director, Sue Walker's dog. And he comes in 3 days a week and takes his job very, very seriously. He greets everybody as they come in. He sits with people while they're waiting for their grief counseling appointment. He welcomes the therapeutic art group. We actually had to ask the art group to not all bring him treats because on Monday a few weeks ago, he probably had a half a dozen treats within 5 minutes because everybody is so excited to see him. But he's a sweetheart, and he's smart as a whip, and really makes the space more enjoyable for everyone.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now you have a new volunteer you wanted to talk about too.
Yeah, I won't name them because I don't want to embarrass them in that sense. But we have a young caregiver. They're 23 years old, and they came in and shared that they were the primary caregiver for their father while their father was going through cancer. And one of the things that really resonated with what he said was that he would leave for the day and be gone to school and work and be gone for 8 hours and felt incredible guilt in leaving his dad alone. And the doctor, his physician at the time, told him, nope, dad's fine to be alone, but it didn't really matter. He just felt really guilty leaving his dad alone for so long. And that's where our in-home visiting program can really help some families, right? Even if it's a couple hours a week, one of our trained volunteers can go out. So he didn't receive that support or know that it was available, but he is now volunteering so that he can give back to other families who are in that circumstance. And when I heard him say this, it really resonated with me to think, sometimes caregivers are in the thick of it, and they don't know where to find those resources. So I like coming to chat with you, hoping that we can reach some of those individuals that might be able to use a little bit of support, and that we can send a visitor out to spend 2 to 4 hours a week, just so that the person doing the caregiving can go to work and go to school and not really feel guilty that their loved one is home by themselves.
And I mean, you make a good point too. 23 years old, that's very young.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when we think of caregivers, you're an older spouse, an older brother or sister, that sort of thing too, but no, 23 years old, wow.
And like caregivers often go unseen, but then young caregivers even more so. And we're definitely hearing more about that. I had heard from someone else that their 16-year-old daughter was home when their father fell down the stairs.
Right.
And she had to call 911 and she had to deal with that. But we've got lots of youth in the community that are helping care for their grandparents and helping care for individuals in their home as well.
There really is.
So
there really is.
Able to recognize those youth and recognize those sandwich generation caregivers and offer them a little bit of extra support is what we aim to do.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes our youth grow up pretty fast.
Yes, they do.
Yes, for sure. So have you anything else going on?
Well, we do have last aid training coming up. The online session in a few weeks is sold out, but we are holding an in-person in April. So if anybody's interested in that, I would say sign up sooner rather than later.
Well, the fact that it's sold out, that it must be pretty popular.
Absolutely.
People, yes,
and this is hosted by the Canadian Palliative Hospice Network. We have some facilitators within our organization that allows us to be able to offer them more. And last aid is similar to first aid. First aid ultimately looks to prolong someone's life and make sure that they're safe. Last aid kind of teaches you how to make sure people are living as comfortably as they can sort of at the end of life, and what to expect and what that looks like. I mean, death is not something that any of us are very comfortable talking about, and last aid is really working to equip you for what to expect and how to handle different situations like the anticipatory grief and maybe some pain things and how to have those sort of difficult conversations at end of life.
Right. Yes, and the fact that you say like it's sold out already, so there's a need out there for sure.
For sure, there's absolutely a need, and when you're done, you get a certificate similar to the way you would with first aid, and you have a little bit more tools in your tool belt to be able to deal with those moments at the end of life.
Yeah, and the fact that you're with other people that are going through the same thing too. Again, it's just a different way of getting support.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Now, where are you located?
We are located in Kemptville. I always say just south of Osgood. We ultimately are 20 minutes from all areas that we take care of. So while we are located in North Grenville, in Kemptville, we serve Merrickville, and we serve Prescott, Spencerville, Manotick, North Gore, and everywhere in between.
Oh, wow.
And ultimately, if somebody goes to our website and does a self-referral, because anybody can refer, and you happen to be just outside of our catchment, we will work with the local organization to make sure that you get the support, because there's a lot of great hospices in the region, to make sure that we can kind of cover everyone and everybody can get the extra help when they need it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything you do. Have you got anything else in that notebook of yours there?
That's it for now. I've got a whole bunch more to tell you in March when I come back.
Okay, yes. You are a regular here, so we expect you back here the second Tuesday of the month. Yes, the day of our taping. So more going on, and spring coming up. May is usually hospice walk too, isn't it?
May is our Hike for Hospice.
Hike for Hospice,
we will be running our Purple Boots campaign, so hopefully you see lots of purple boots in the community at that time. And if you have a small business and you'd like to have a boot, please reach out to us. And Hike will be the last Sunday in May, and it's it's one of my favorite times. It's very exciting.
And I mean, all hospices do this too.
All hospices do different, hikes for these types of things. I like to think of it as a little bit of a memorial event as well. We see families come together to remember somebody who has passed, and it's a barbecue and a walk and a time to share good memories and positive memories.
Pet friendly too.
It is pet friendly.
Pet friendly. I remember
the pets
that,
even get treat bags.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Well, thank you very much for coming here today. Once again, I've got Darlene Collins from the Beth Donovan Hospice. You are the outreach coordinator, and so much is going on there with your events and fundraising and just everything that you do in general too. So thanks for being here, and thanks for everything that you do at the Beth Donovan Hospice.
Thanks for having us, Kathy.